today I'm offering you a short, about 30-minute session with exercise ball, which is a good investment that you could have at home for your post or pre-workout. Balls are excellent for you if you need that strength, that extra flexibility, balance in certain exercises. And ball, you can find them for a very affordable price at different sizes. Today I'm using the 55 centimeter, but you also have a 65 centimeter diameter that you might want to purchase. So let's start on our feet, just stretching through the back of the legs. You're going to take an inhale to extend through the spine, and exhale, let the ball roll in front of you, and extend through the spine, through the back of the legs, just giving yourself a nice stretch before the practice. Inhaling, coming back up, and exhaling, this time letting the ball roll to the left, and bring your left hand up towards the ceiling, going into a twist. Feeling the stretch in the side of the body, coming back up on the inhale, and again exhaling to the opposite side, stretching with your right hand now to the ceiling, still feeling that stretch in the back of your legs, the back of your thighs, but also to the left side of the body, and coming back, sitting now on your ball into what I like to call a variation of your goddess pose in yoga. So you want to make sure that your feet are aligned, your ankles are aligned with your knees. You want to sit with your spine nice and straight. You can push through the inner thighs if it helps you keep the balance and the strength through the legs. And then from there, take a few deeper inhale, creating space between each vertebra, between each rib. Elongating. Imagine there's a thread, a string on top of the crown of your head, pulling you up, so you can gain a few millimeters or even centimeters by the end of your practice. And then from there, inhaling, you're going to lengthen a little bit more, stretching and elongating through that right arm, fingertips going up towards the ceiling. And I'm not moving my legs. My legs are still, my sit bones are as magnet, heading for the bottom of the ball there. And exhale, release. Inhale, going the opposite way. Left fingertips heading for the ceiling. Going upways with my fingers and down with my sit bones. Really stretching through the spine wall without creating tension in the neck and the shoulder. Keep that neck nice and long. And then you can do it a little bit more statically this time. Inhaling and bending to the side as if you wanted to reach the left side of the room. Exhaling, release, and going the opposite way. Inhale to the left. Exhale, stretch to the right. Take a few more moments there, and as long as you need, holding or just following your breathing rhythm, going sideways, keeping your hips aligned, hips square, and release. And then from there, hands on your waist. You're going to start with a few side switches. Inhaling, still elongating through the spine. Exhale, gently switch and reverse your weights to the left side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring your hips to the opposite side. So you're just gently rocking your body from side to side, keeping your feet nicely grounded, the activation in your legs. That's an inhale, belly button out, exhale, belly button in. Every time, trying not to lose that contact of your feet onto the mat, onto the ground. And then eventually tilting and tucking. So I'm now going to go forward and back. That's going to be an inhale to elongate a little bit more. Exhale. This time bringing my hips, hinging them forward and back to center. And on the next exhale, my tailbone is out and back. Inhale, I come back to center. And again, hinge forward. If you have tense hips, you definitely should feel a stretch there. And back, tailbone back. Inhale to center. Exhale. You could also practice your Pilates breathing. This time, inhale, extending through one leg. Exhale, stretch to the right. Pilates breathing would be an inhale through the rib cage. Exhale on the motion. The belly button is still drawing in. And again, back to center, opposite way. Keeping the length in one leg, bending through the opposite. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So try to rather bring your knee forward so it's aligned with your ankle rather than too much to the side so you're not damaging your knee joints here. And gently release. Shake it off for a bit. Getting ready for a few lunges. Excellent to stretch your hips. You're going to come forward with your ball in the back, just against your shin, your ankle. Come straight into an inhale. Exhale, you bend from the waist, bend through the front knee, elongate through the back leg. Inhale, come back to center. Do that 2 more times on one side, keeping the activation in the leg. Back to center. Exhale, fold, and back. Finding your momentum here, and then eventually switching side. Left foot on top of the ball. Find your balance. This requires a lot of balancing here. That's an inhale to elongate. Exhale to fold. Bending through that front knee, lengthening through the back leg. And again, exhale. Using the Pilates breathing here. Inhale into resting bridge. Expands, exhale. Belly button draws in. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center, and from there, continuing with a little bit of balancing, you would come into a side plank, placing the ball underneath your hip, around your lower abdomen area, lengthening through the legs, upper leg in front of your lower foot. Wrist aligned with your shoulders as much as you can. Inhaling to lengthen with your fingertips towards the ceiling. Then exhaling with control, still grounding your feet, hands behind your head. Take an inhale, come gently up, exhale, come down. Now it takes a lot of effort here to activate through the core, so you're not moving through the ball and rocking back and forth as I'm showing you now. So that's an inhale, exhale. Try to do as much as you can. It requires a lot of balance, as I said. If it's too much, you could also bring your elbow into a bend and just going statically, stretching sideways, either gazing towards your fingertips or forward. And then as you can see, there's always one side that's harder than the other, so check out with the opposite side. This time bringing my left hand onto the floor, bringing my hip and my lower abdomen onto the ball. My upper foot comes forward, and then I find my balance sideways. Inhale, lengthen through the side of the body, my right fingertips coming up. Eventually exhale, Release. With control, bringing hands behind the head if you can. You can bend through your top leg or lower leg even for support. Then eventually lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. As you can see, there's a lot of option there, showing you again last more static option of stretching through the side of the body. Feeling the stretch all the way down from your heel to the top of your fingers. Excellent for your sciatic nerve here and the side of the body. Eventually exhale, come onto the ball with your belly resting on top. Release the hands, the fingers, the toes. Stretch for a moment so you go into your counter pose. Folding forward. Then inhale, roll back. Going in a few cat and cows, you're going to bring your knees in line with your hips. Take an inhale to extend. Now, on your exhale, you fold forward and push with your hands through the ball. So you're kind of going into a happy pose with your heart, your chest heading for the mat. Stretch through your shoulders. Then on your exhale, round your back, fold back up, and come back on your knees. You could include a cow here pose. That's an inhale, gazing up, tailbone up. And again, exhale into puppy, chest towards the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, arch your back to fold back up. So see what works for you. Following your breath is very important so you can bring the right flexibility into your spine. Now, finding more balance, you can go into an airplane version onto the ball. You would bring the ball against your belly, finding some support, tucking your toes. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, finding your balance. It takes a bit of effort and adjustment. Coming into a straight line. If you stumble, come onto your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Use your glutes, your core, to find your adjustment and your balance. Inhale. Open through the chest. Exhale. Straight line. And release. Take a moment to kind of stretch into a child pose. Arms up. Inhale, come back up, and this time we're going to go the opposite way with the ball. You're going to bring your hands, your wrists aligned with your shoulders and place the ball behind your ankles. Your shins are in contact with the ball, and you're going to come again into a plank. So make sure that your shoulders are aligned with your wrist the whole time. That's going to be an inhale to the thoracic cage. Exhale, go into your plank. And come back down with control. So that's an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. An exhalation on the motion. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And back down. Now from there you could carry on, and the next inhalation and exhalation bringing you up. Keep the left foot anchored. Exhale. Bring your foot forward, your knee forward, and change side, finding your balance. You can alternate, which is more challenging to find your balance. Inhale, exhale, and come back to center. And release. Just a couple here is more than enough because it's a lot on your wrist. You just want to work on your balance. It's a short session, as I mentioned, so shake it off every now and then if you need to. Then press forward and back or sideways if you need a moment for those wrists, okay? The next one I would offer you is the push-up. So again, can be quite intense on the wrist. Another option you would have here is to make fists, inhaling to prepare, exhaling to come to the side. As you can see, it's a challenge. I'll use my fingertips personally. Come up and then exhale, come down and back up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and release. That's more than enough, 2 to 3 for today, so you can really notice how much balance you have. You might notice the left side, the right side is a little bit tougher. It depends on your posture, it depends on the weakness you have in the day. That's totally fine. Don't make it too hard on yourself. Those were just a few suggestions to choose the one that works for you. Now you're gonna come on the pose again. Come with your sacrum towards the bowl. Stretch the legs to the sides of your mat and roll your back onto the bowl. So you can go again into counter pose, this time opening to the chest, relaxing your glutes, and then eventually bending through the knees. Keep your eyes open for more focus and less imbalance, and release. Now from there, you want to ground yourself again. You were standing on your hands for a bit and using a lot of balance. So ground your glutes back onto the mat. Find your comfort onto your mid-back, onto your shoulders, and then relax your head onto the bowl for a few moments. Kind of connecting with the ground and the bowl at the same time. We're going to go into kind of Pilates sequence. So you're going to ground yourself onto the mat, come into your traditional mat sequence here. Take a few moments to go back to more natural breath if you're running out of breath after the balancing and core workout. And then rock yourself back forward, bringing the ball over your belly, holding on with your leg. You're going to take an inhale to prepare, finding your alignment, noticing this lower back curve is imprinting onto the mat, and then bending through the knees as if there was enough space for you to hold the bowl. So you're probably wider than your hips here, especially I have a 55 centimeters bowl, as I said, but if you have especially a bigger bowl, you might need to widen your stance a little bit more. Take a few moments there so you're comfortable in the pose, and then from there take an inhale to prepare. Now on my exhalation, I'm going to bring my right arm overhead and extend through the left leg, pointing the toes, and come back to center, and then I'm going to reverse that. So that's going to be an inhale to prepare, exhale to extend, inhale back to preparation, exhale. Now you can make that even longer if you want. You could make it an inhale, exhale, inhale to hold, exhale to come back, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, or you could just alternate depending on your breath and how much pace you can take. That would be faster. An inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and you're still using your Pilates breathing here, inhaling through the rib cage, exhaling with your belly button. Let's do one more on each side. I'll do the fast way. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, come back to center. Now from there, bring your knees towards your chest for a moment with the ball on top to relax that lower back, especially if you felt it was a bit intense. You can go back to more yogic breathing here for a moment. Inhaling all the way to your lower abdomen to expand your belly. Exhaling, belly button still draws in towards your spine. Now this time I'm gonna inhale and extend so the ball is overhead. Now you can either keep your feet onto the mat or pointing toes or flexing through the ankles. I personally like to flex through my ankles because from there, as I exhale, I'm already preparing to hold the ball and exhale, bring it down. Now let's do that again. Inhale to prepare, exhale, inhale, exhale, and again 3 more times. Inhale, exhalation on the motion, inhale on the preparation, exhale, and again, engage your core, making sure that that lower back is staying imprinting. Feel the shivering through the body. It's just your brain helping you with those fibrous muscles. And again, 1 more. Going up and switching from leg to arm. Once I've done the arm one last time, I'm going to keep the ball in my legs, keep it in my foot, bring my feet down and put my feet on top of the ball. Now again, take a moment there to readjust your spine. Maybe you feel a little bit of tension in your lower back, so you want to tilt and tuck your hips again to create a bit of hydration, activation through the lower back. But also remember to use your core at all time. For this one, we're going into a bridge pose flow. So this time, place your hands onto the side of your body, press through your hands onto the mat. That's going to be an inhale. Now, as you can see, I'm pressing through my arms. I'm not sagging the upper body. My upper body is very much active. As I inhale, I prepare, exhale, I bring my torso up, and exhale again, I lengthen through the feet. So that's going to be an inhale, exhale, and back to straight. Vertebra by vertebra, I'm coming up, pressing through my hands, my arms, pressing through the glutes, and back to straightening the legs, pointing the toes, and 1 more. Bringing the hips up high as much as I can, and releasing. Now from there, we're not done just yet. You bring your feet together this time. My knees are glued, my feet are glued. I'm bringing my hands at shoulder level, pressing through the mat, through the floor, making sure my shoulders are in contact with the floor at all time. I'm going to go into a spinal twist. That's going to be an inhale to prepare. Exhale. Go as far as you can reach. If your knees are not reaching for the mat, that's fine, because you don't want that opposite shoulder to come off the mat. Exhale on the motion. Inhale. Come back to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe you want to hold that one a little bit longer. Feeling the stretch to the side of the body, the obliques, those long muscles along your ribs, all the way down to your pelvic floor. Kind of feeling a massage through your organs as well, your internal organs as you go into the twist. You could gaze up towards the ceiling or gaze the opposite direction that your knees are going to. Inhale. And then eventually release with the support of your hands on your thighs. Roll back up. And then again, we're going to go into the counter pose. You're going to bring the ball in front of you this time. And then go into, again, your child pose. There's different options here. You could place your knees about hip distance apart, or go wider, knees the same distance as your mat, and your toes touching, taking an inhale to lengthen, and an exhale to stretch with your chest towards the mat. And inhale, coming back up. Exhale, buttocks towards the heels. Inhale. And then again, you can hold a little bit longer for the last one. Exhale. Noticing any sensation in your body as we're getting ready for final relaxation. Did you notice any tension in your hips? Are you noticing any tension in your shoulders? And relax your head and neck a little bit more. Inhale, come back up, and then eventually roll again onto your belly. Now, if you have a block or a book, you could place it here for your arms if they don't reach for the floor. And just relax your feet, relax your head, forearm onto the mat. Make your neck nice and long. And just bring awareness to your breathing rhythm after this short workout. Breathing through the bowl. You can go back to your yogic breathing, inhaling as you expand through the belly. Belly like a balloon, and exhale. The navel draws in towards your spine. Taking a few breaths like so, and as long as you need to bring full relaxation to your body until eventually you fall back up and feel fully relaxed, stretch and tone after this short practice. Namaste, everyone.